second. Almost died. Did a big old dab just before I went live, so fucking oh, gotta recover. Alright, I think I'm good. Alright, we're good. Hey, we actually got a notification. No, I don't dab, dude. That's for losers. What's up, Space? What's up, Fernando? Mm. 12 likes. Oh, yeah, somebody's leaving fake likes, it looks like. Packers at home money line. What's the line? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The Steelers really could be 7-3 after this week. Chargers are favored by 3. Oh no, hell no. Yeah, I don't see the Chargers or the Packers covering that at all. I don't think the Packers are good enough to, are they? Like, you can feel rather confident in saying, like, it's going to be tough for the Packers to cover that. Oh, what's the plus 140? I don't know what plus 145 is. Like, the odds. Yeah, we're doing it tonight. I can't really go live tomorrow. I have to wake up really early on Sunday. Steelers 10-7. Steelers have a very easy schedule remaining. So that's something to think about. Like usual, we'll get into the games in like 8 minutes. Just chat about shit for a minute. Yeah, it's pretty devastating though. Burrow tore some kind of ligament or something popped in his right wrist, and he's out for the season. Obviously, Watson's out for the season, so the complexity of the AFC North changes entirely, as Politics pointed out. Now things are a little weird. Much better. All right. So, I don't know what to think. The war of words between the AFC North right now, between the Browns fans, Bengals fans, and Ravens fans is quite crazy. Plus, the Ravens season got a little weird with the loss of Mark Andrews, who like broke his leg. I don't necessarily know if it's like a total broken leg or if it's like he hurt his fibula or tibula or something fractured or his ankle broke. He had a slew of pretty bad, gnarly leg injuries all at once. But he's out for a significant amount of time. So it's the season, and it kind of sounds like he might miss a little bit of next year as well, as the way they're kind of like wording everything and kind of like hinting at, and the way the news is kind of coming around about it. I just don't know if the Packers are going to win. I don't really see it. A team that is a little bit, super inconsistent on offense at best. And the Packers going up against the Chargers team that seemingly has found its groove on offense. And, their defense has been a lot better than what it looked like against the Lions. But again, the Lions are a different kind of situation usually. I don't know. I feel like Jordan Love is getting a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? A really long leash by the media for like mediocre play. Because it's like the dude has scored 2 touchdowns in the entire first half of the season. It's like all right, at some point we have to start talking about how he's just not very good. I know the media kind of like brushes about it, but it's like this dude isn't good at all. Packers have to probably draft a quarterback. But, that's, it is what it is. Because, again, the Packers' offense wasn't great last year, but I don't remember it being this bad with Rodgers. Packers are going through their own Patriots-esque slide, but the Patriots had a much softer landing in the first couple years after Brady, going, what was that, 7-9 or 7-10 with Cam, and then 10-7 with Mac, and then obviously the last 2 years have been pretty bad for Patriots fans. We shall see if Green Bay starts their own horrendous slide. What's everybody up to tonight, though? Pretty quiet. I figured you guys would have more to say about the devastating injuries in the AFC North. Who's more screwed, the Browns or the Bengals? I feel like the Bengals are. I feel like a lot of that team depends on Joe Burrow. I've seen the Brady signal getting thrown up like by 6 different teams at this point. I'm like, damn, dude, the Browns, and the Bengals 100%. I would imagine there's also, who else just lost their quarterback this year? I feel like this is, the Vikings. It's been a bad year for quarterbacking. I feel like we've lost 6 or 7 like good quarterbacks this year to like pretty devastating injuries. We lost Rodgers. Who else has gone down? This is bad. We lost Anthony Richardson really early. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it was a particularly it's not been a safe season for quarterbacks. I don't really know what the NFL is going to do about that. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see a tackle get banned again in the offseason. The hip drop tackle? Pretty much the tackle that the NFL was like, hey, everybody start doing this because it's the safe way to tackle people. And they're like, oh, I guess never mind. Guess we got to stop all this fucking new tackling we're telling everybody to do. Because apparently, that's not safe either. Because that's the tackle that hurt, what's his name? Mark Andrews, I believe his name is. So, that'll probably get banned now. So we're on to another new form of tackling that we haven't quite yet seen in the NFL. The episode of South Park where they wore all that like funny ass gear and they were like sarcastable and they were like drinking each other's cums and telling each other compliments before. It's like, all right, at some point I am gonna put my foot down and be like, what? Because fucking one guy got hurt, we have to ban the hip drop? It's like, no, it's because Achilles across the league are exploding, Rob. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, fair enough. But it's also like, man, we're just gonna keep banning shit, aren't we? What do we do? Because again, I feel like the reason we're seeing all these ankle injuries, the sudden explosion in high ankle sprains, that we've been kind of keeping track of. Again, we've charted this. I think on this channel, we've been since last year. I feel like the number of high ankle sprains in the NFL have gone from like a few here and there to like there's like 6 or 7 every week to a significant player, and it's all because of the rise of drop tackling. Based on what I've seen, it looks like if you step when you're getting tackled like that, your fucking ankle goes like down and out. And like I feel like in a lot of the Achilles injuries we've seen somebody do like that if there's any contact at all. So I'm wondering if the NFL is about to be like, all right, this shit's over with. If people are chatting, my chat is frozen and I haven't seen a single thing anybody said. Hold on. Okay, yeah, okay, hold on a second, guys. My chat stopped. All right, hold on a minute. I apologize. What's up, Kenny? What's up, Daniel? I figured something was wrong. I was like, why isn't anybody chatting? What's up, stud? Yeah, I'll be streaming Sunday. Yep. Shit, my bad, guys. That was weird. All right, I think we're good now. I'm trying to go back and read everything everybody's been saying. I was like, man, you guys are awfully quiet tonight. Damn it, everybody left because I wasn't saying anything to anybody. Tomorrow the big day. What's tomorrow? It wasn't Mac. It was happening a lot even prior to Mac getting hurt. Yeah, that's my fault, guys. I don't know why my chat just stopped. 2-seed Dolphins versus 7-seed Chargers. 3-seed Ravens versus 7-6 Steelers. 4 Jags versus 6. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. The playoff seeding is still a little weird. I have a feeling we're going to see some odd games this weekend, potentially. This has all the makings of a crazy upset weekend, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen at all. Your birthday? Oh, nice. How do you think it's your birthday? I feel like you'd either know that or not know that. It's like, I wonder if it's my birthday or not. Don't know. Hope that comes up pretty soon. It's usually around this time of year. Damn, everybody's gone. We're down to 3 people. Uh-oh. Well, that kind of stinks. I don't know why people ask if I'm going to stream the games at this point. It's kind of a stupid question. Like, nope, I'm just not streaming any of the games anymore. I don't feel like it. It's only been 6 straight years of the exact same thing. But yeah, I'm just going to suddenly stop doing all that. I don't feel like it anymore. It's like I haven't missed these days. It's like I feel like you could count on both your hands the number of times I missed a primetime games in 10 years in 6 years. I don't know, whenever the first time I streamed, it was fucking 2018, I guess. I don't know. Do you know the date? No. I streamed hundreds and hundreds of football games at this point. I don't remember any individual game. Unless something crazy happened in the game, like when that dude died. That was pretty insane. I don't think I'll ever forget that game. That was a pretty insane situation. Oh, Burrow. Are you talking about Dave Portnoy? Yeah, them gambling companies are probably going to have to refund all the bettors because that's a really odd situation. I don't know what they're going to do about that because if the Bengals get caught lying about the injury, then it's like, dude, people wouldn't have bet on the Bengals the way that they did. Eagles Chiefs going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's like, that's not good. Telling you, this is going to result in a loss of draft pick for the Bengals. There's no way that shit wasn't hurt prior to that game. I almost refuse to believe that Burrow's hand just exploded. It's like, from what? Dude, what did he do to break his hand that badly? Nobody hit him. What's up, 49ers? Yeah, we always do NFL on Sundays. I know you're a little bit more new around here, so. But yeah, we'll be doing Bears, Lions. Obviously Sunday Night Football, Vikings, Broncos. And then Monday night, yeah, that too. Pretty set standard affair. There's no international games this weekend. It's all, it's all in America. It's all pretty normal time slots. Nothing too crazy. I guess we could jump into some games, start talking about stuff. Sunday night. Ravens, Chargers. Yeah, that'll be a tough one. That Ravens defense is really good, and they're dangerous. At some point, though, I don't know. I will say the last little bit about the hip drop tackle, that shit's probably got to go. I understand. Objectively, I hate the fact that the NFL is banning shit, and they're gonna keep banning tackles and making the game safer. Because it makes the game less exciting, but it's also like, dude, that shit is just hurting everybody. No, Fernando, if you have a chipped finger or a bruise, you have to report that shit on the injury report. Like anything that's wrong with the player, like some people argue that if it doesn't affect their status designation, if they practice all week, you don't have to report it. But that's bullshit. There's genuinely that's not that's such a loose interpretation of the rule. No, yeah, you got to report, dude. I'm telling you, got to report finger injury. I'm telling, even if you practice all week and it doesn't affect you, you have an injury. I'm telling you. It's really silly to play with fire like that if you're the Bengals. They keep banning to the point where I do understand that politics, but it seems like the hip drop tackle is like exclusively taking people's ankles out, and it's not as safe as they thought it was. Yeah, that's yeah, the Bengals have to report that shit. They should lose draft picks. Like, dude, there's so much shit that could happen. If it gets found out that the Bengals, like, hid that, oh, man. Like, that opens up lawsuits and shit because people put a lot of money on the Bengals to win that football game. They have a fucking case. It's like, well, we got fucked. We wouldn't have did that. And it's like, that's a pretty good point. Especially if they can prove, again, there was some prior injury, like he hurt his hand falling, and then his wrist explodes in the game. You know, things do correlate. You could, that's an easy win in a lawsuit. It's not that bad. It's just like, with the NFL and the way that they want to support gambling and the way everything works and their transparency and everything the NFL believes in, the Bengals are losing a draft pick in this. The Lions and the Bears and Sunday Night Football. I would do a 4 o'clock game, but I have to wake up at like fucking 3 o'clock in the morning and go to work, and then I'm out by like 9 or 10 because it's like Black Friday week and all this shit, crazy stuff going on. So I'm going to be real busy Sunday, which is why we're doing the preview stream tonight instead of at a normal tomorrow. But it's cool. I get the whole day to myself tomorrow. I'm going to be chilling hard as fuck. How people get those type of videos? Like, how does someone just get a video of Burrow and capture his wrist? Because people are videoing and they just happen to notice that there's something on his wrist, so they videotape it. Dude, them paparazzi people are trained, dude. Them paparazzi are like, look at all of his joints. Look if he's limping. Look if he's like holding his head very still. If he's wearing a long turtleneck. If there's something like peeking out underneath the turtleneck. Like, they're looking for everything. That was probably an NFL spy went to check and make sure they're complying with injury reports, and they went, "Uh-oh, that's not good." Yeah, dude. Nah, dude. Them people are trained. There's like trained spies in them crowds. They're like, all right, is he limping? Is he wearing a limping boot? Is he wearing fancy underwear? The fuck's he doing? Yeah, that's a good transition. All right, Cowboys play the Panthers. Do we want to look and see what the lines are for these games? Because this week has some of the funniest lines I've ever seen in the NFL. There's like multiple 10-plus point lines. Let's see. Let's find this Cowboys-Panthers. Cowboys and Panthers are the first one. Cowboys are favored by only 10.5 with an over-under of 41.5. So basically, people are thinking the Cowboys are just going to dominate this one. Or it'll be like 25-15 Cowboys. Yeah, I don't know. Cowboys will easily cover 10.5. One thing I will note about this game, it seems like there's a lot of people that are like, what if the Cowboys get upset? And normally you don't see like this number, like a healthy amount of people like talking about a possible upset of a team in this kind of context. We know how good the Cowboys are versus bad teams. We know what the Carolina Panthers look like, and it's like, well, why does everybody, including myself, look at this game and go, oh, holy shit, the Cowboys might lose? Do they have a tough game next week on Thanksgiving? I don't think they play like Washington, right? Not like they play anybody. It's not like they're like have to look ahead to Washington on Thursday. Yeah, I was gonna say that it's not like they have a tough Thanksgiving day ahead. It's like, nah, they're playing fucking Washington. So I'm not really sure why this game's looking at us and looking at everybody going, wouldn't it be crazy? Because normally we just wouldn't think that. It'd just be a simple, all right, we're on to the next game. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure everyone's got the Cowboys. Yeah, it's like the Cowboys beat bad teams, though. That's kind of like this season's MO, right? I think like they kind of like thrash on bad teams. That's why they're like 0.4, like their point differential is so insane because they've like boat raced like 4 or 5 bad teams. So now they got like a plus 40 differential for the rest of the year to just feast on. They're like, yeah, when we beat the Giants by a combined score of 89-7, we pretty much just set ourselves up for victory. Well, or like 89-14 or whatever the hell they outscored the Giants by this year. Don't want to eat because after this year Cowboys Thanksgiving game is yeah, well, I mean, people are eating. They watch the Cowboys game. Yeah. But anyway, Cowboys should win this game, get to 7-3. I can't imagine a loss here. I mean, I guess any given Sunday. But I don't know. This doesn't even feel like a possible upset. Steelers Browns. Pretty much everybody I know picked the Browns, so I'm not letting anybody switch off their picks. Sorry to tell you, if you pick the Browns prior to the Deshaun Watson news, you kind of have to stick with them. I think that's only fair to everybody who picked the Steelers bravely. People who have inside information about Watson like I do. I wasn't allowed to share it, though. No, I'm sorry, Fernando. You were so confident about the Browns until Groper Cleveland got took out. Everybody was saying how much Deshaun sucked anyway, and now everybody's like, oh, well, Brown season's over. It's like, 2 weeks ago, everybody said Watson sucked. Now everybody's in consensus that the Brown season's over because they don't got Watson. It's confusing. Do you see how that's confusing for me? Where I'm like, so what do people feel about the Browns? Did we all know Watson's a really good quarterback and we all just kind of went, we just don't like the guy. Fuck him. No, but you know what I'm talking about, though, right? Everybody, let's not deny the reality of like what the opinion of, like, everybody thought Watson sucked and the Browns sucked with him, right? But like clearly they weren't that bad. And then, like, now that like he's out, everybody's like, oh, well, there goes their season. Do you see how that's a little bit like interesting? I'm not trying to it's a very like, it's like, so nobody actually thought Deshaun sucked. This was all related to, we just think he's a bad person. Got it. So like, I figured out the reason people have been saying Deshaun isn't good anymore, that he's washed, that he can't play. It's like, it has nothing to do with that. They don't actually believe that. They're like, yeah, he's fine. Deshaun's still Deshaun Watson. He's going to get going. We just think he's a terrible human and we're never going to praise that guy. It's like, got it. Okay. Now I can start. I'm starting to see what the actual criticism of Deshaun's play is. They just genuinely just don't like Deshaun. Do you see how I can like deduce that now? It's like, well, when he was playing, you said he sucked and was the reason they weren't very good. And he's like washed and all this. But now that he's out, you're saying the season for the Browns is effectively over. If Watson was not helping or doing anything, the season would be in fine shape with or without him. See? No, like, if people actually believe that Watson wasn't good or he's washed, because again, if you don't think that that's an actual opinion, then you just don't really see people's opinions. I'm not saying it's anyone here's, by the way. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, if you like, the general consensus on Deshaun Watson right now is he's not very good. So So it's just interesting to see the sudden switch. Where if you actually believed he wasn't very good, him being out, you'd be like, oh well, that probably helps the Browns anyway. Now they can play that DTR kid and actually have a good quarterback in there, possibly. Yeah, he's a rookie, DTR. Yeah. Yep, just got drafted. Had a really bad debut, but he didn't get any time to prepare for that game. They just were like, all right, get out there and see if you can do it, kid. You better drive the car or you kill the whole family. And everybody died. Grandma, grandpa, his uncles, his weird aunt, who may or may not have been an uncle at one point, his sister, his dog, his dad, his mom, whole family just done. Swerved that bitch right into a tree off a cliff. Woo! I don't know. Maybe. There's like nothing really to go off of. I don't know. Maybe. That's the same answer I give to all rookie quarterbacks. If you were to ask me if CJ Stroud could be a good quarterback in the NFL right now, I'd be like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Possibly. He could suck for the rest of his life. That's the beauty of rookie quarterbacks. I have no idea how to know if they're going to be good for the rest of their career or not. And that's an okay thing to say. Because again, there's a 3-year rule in the NFL. If you don't know what it is, for quarterbacks, you have to wait 3 years to determine anything. Because again, a quarterback could come out of the gate and be a monster. Think of guys like Vince Young, Mac Jones. Literally, just think of guys like that who came into the league, played like rookies of the year, played like really just unreal good young quarterbacks. Year 2, there was a struggle, and then year 3, they were just kind of bad. And they just never really recovered, or... that's the 3-year gap. Or you could have the reverse of this, right? You could have guys like Peyton Manning who came into the league and did not look good, and by year 3 he's like a monster. Josh Allen's a really good example. Very bad the first 2 years, then by year 3, look at him now. Tua Tagovailoa is another really good example. Guy who was kind of meh for the first couple years, then they get him a little help down there, and he turns into a top quarterback in the NFL. He might be. He could. 49ers, he's on pace. So there is, I do believe very heavily in the 3-year window for young quarterbacks. Because again, you could start off like a monster, turn into a dud, or you could start off like a dud and become a star within that 3-year window. There's something I like to call the period of adjusting that happens with players. You come in and you could be really good right away, which a lot of young players are, to be honest, or you're really bad, then you adjust. You hit that first adjustment. It's either before you start playing and you come in good, or you play bad right away and then you become good. This happens with good young players. And it's like, all right, we're riding high. You get about 5 to 6 games into this high riding, maybe 4 to 6, right around that range. And then the league goes, oh, this is what you do well. These are your tendencies. These are the things you point out. These are the things we can read and kind of judge off you before you even do it. These are the things that you don't know that you're doing and giving yourself away. We know you now. And now we can game plan against you in this offense that you're running. And boom, down goes the rookie quarterback for... That's the question mark. Usually, sometimes it can last most of your second season. Because oftentimes rookies don't play that much as quarterbacks. Like they'll play like the last 5 or 6 games of the season. So they'll come in, look like gangbusters, and everybody's really hyped for year 2. It's a little different when they start the season because they can go through this adjustment in the rookie season. But then they go into the second year, which is often the year 2 slump for starting or for young quarterbacks. I think fullbacks died out, but I think they're going to come back. But I think the problem with fullbacks is tight ends can do the same thing, just better. Most offenses just don't use them. I guess if the Patriots get Josh McDaniels back, they might go grab one. I mean, kind of. I don't know if our offense really... We use multiple tight ends instead of fullbacks. Kind of a dead position right now. It's like, why not just use tight ends? They can catch the ball. Fullbacks usually can't. as a position group, they need to learn how to catch the ball a little better. Yeah, who was our offensive coordinator, McDaniels? His offenses use him. And his offenses are starting to get really outdated in the NFL. That shit just did not work at all in Oakland. Or Vegas or whatever. All right, but back to the Steelers and the Browns. I got the Steelers winning this game. Effectively, I just don't know if the Browns, with the offense that they're going to be running out there, can keep up with the Steelers' defense. The Steelers' defense has went up against much more potent offenses than this and pretty much just throttled them. Now, the Browns defensively will also throttle the Steelers. This is going to be a weird, low-scoring game. Part of the reason why I like to pick the Steelers also is it feels like whenever the Steelers are somewhat okay of a football team, they beat the Browns, but, you know. There's like, I don't know. Seems like the only thing, I don't even think the Browns have that going for them. It's literally like the Steelers sort of just beat these guys. It's like if you were to like look at it like 9 times out of 10, it's like, oh yeah, the Steelers usually win this game. Not really sure why that is. Everything's completely different. The teams are in, you know, completely different states, but like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Seems like the Steelers just find some kind of magic and always beat them. Well, I guess you guys don't really want to talk about these first 2 games. I guess we can move on to the next one. Feel free to add your insights. Again, this isn't, I hope this just doesn't turn into me just doing my picks video again. I don't really want to do that. That's boring. The quarterback. Yeah, nobody talks about the games anymore. I don't really like talking about the games when I notice people aren't talking about them, if I'm being honest. Because it's like, well, I'm not just going to rehash my picks video. If anybody has a specific game they want to talk about, feel free to bring her up. But I don't, if people aren't going to participate in the actual point of the stream, then I'm good. Corner? Not really. I feel like rookies can become good at corner within like a game. Maybe 2 games. And it's like, all right, that guy's good at corner. If you're fast and understand the position, it seems like you're good to go. It seems like legitimately quarterback never gets easy. It's always a hard position. You never completely good at it. And it can completely go away like instantaneously. I don't think there's any other position where you see the amount of like running back has high turnover because of the physicality, but it seems like quarterback just like you just fuck it just kills guys. It's just like, well, that's that. And there's not even like 32 actual good quarterbacks in the NFL. There's like fucking 23. You know what I mean? Like, like most, I would say most teams actually have a good starting running back, right? Like, there's like maybe 3 or 4 teams without a good starter. You know, so it's like corners. It seems like they're pretty rare to find like the really good ones, but it seems like they pop up more often. I'd say kicker's also hard. A lot of people may not think that, but it's like, I don't know, man. It seems like that's a hard ass position, dude. For how lucrative and how seemingly easy it is, and how few guys are good at it. It seems like that may be one of the hardest things to do in pro football is hit field goals, be a place kicker. Because again, if you fuck up, also you get the fucking wave of hate. You get fired. Just they throw your ass to the curb for 1 miss. It's just like, damn, dudes. Yeah, and like I think that's well, Tom Brady made playing quarterback look easy. He's like, yeah, I can't really do anything. I'm a terrible athlete, but I'm just out here doing my thing. Again, I don't think hardest equals most physical in football. I think the positions you can make the arguments for would be what, like quarterback, kicker. I think center is an extraordinarily hard position to play. Yeah, kickers. Yeah, it's all mental stuff. You gotta block a lot of shit out and just hope you don't get the yips. Defense. I don't really know what the hardest position on for defense would be. It's kind of like, I want to say like linebacker, like middle linebacker, just because of what the roles and responsibilities on top of the play is. Because I also fully believe center is one of the hardest positions because they do as much a yeah, there's yeah, of course he's gonna say that. What the fuck? What else is he gonna say? No one's ever seen him wear a compression sleeve before. The fuck's he do? Like that doesn't fool me. All right, Joe, do you do that all the time in planes? Why were you doing it on this plane ride? On a very short plane ride to Baltimore. I don't even think it was that far of a plane ride he was getting. No, I know what you're saying. I understand that, but I'm combating it. I'm saying it's a compression sleeve to help with pressure elevation. It's like, I've never seen you do that. What, is that a new thing you're doing? Having some wrist problems, Joe? Why would you be concerned about your wrist swelling up? Why would you be concerned about your wrist at all? That's the questions if I was in the NFL I'd be asking Joe Burrow. Like, why were you so worried about your wrist? Are you always worried about your wrist before you fly? Do you have any other evidence of you wearing that thing prior to? Because again, if he always does that, then I guess it's a nothing burger, and maybe his wrist just did fuck up at the game. I guess injuries can be sudden and just happen for no reason. I mean, it does. I mean, he was gripping a ball and throwing it, so I mean, technically, I guess his wrist could explode. But boy, oh boy, that's embarrassing if that's the case. You know what I mean? Yeah. I played till I was like 16, then I got hurt and had to quit playing. Hell yeah, kicker sounds like he's getting better. Learn how to hit fucking bombers. Quarterback. Why do you think I'm so vocal about that position? I have a lot to say about it. And I'm often right about a lot of the things I say and like look and evaluate. I have a real good track record with quarterback evaluation. And that's because that's the position I know the best. If I played running back, I'd probably know a lot more about what their job is. Like, it's like, all right. It's also why I don't think it's a bad thing if you take checkdowns and all that, because it's like, dude, it's like reads. It's like speed. You have your go, your speed, and your checkdown. It's like that's a basic read, right? Fernando, this is a basic read still, right? You got speed, go, check, right? You go speed, go, check, speed, go, check, speed, go, check. Yeah, dude, it's literally like, oh, speed guy's covered, check isn't gonna, the go route is fucking covered, check. Literally, you make 3 reads. Literally, in the most basic sense of the word, you go speed route, nope. Go route, nope. Check down, okay. And if you're getting blitzed, if you have time, guess what you do again? You go again. You go, oh, nope, okay, I'm done. Whoop. Give it to the check down guy. He's wide open. And it's very fast. It's literally speed route, go check down. Speed route, go check down. That's how fast you got to do that shit. I'm not kidding, by the way. It's boom, boom, boom. I wear 8. 8 was always my sports number. I wore it in baseball and I wore it in football. And that's because nobody really ever wears number 8. And I was like, oh, that's a badass number. Yeah, flush out, throw it away, fucking run with it. Yeah. If the line's buying you a little extra time, just fucking, maybe just wing it somewhere. Take a shot. Bucket Larry's down there somewhere. I had a 6'3" receiver for a lot of my life, so I was just like, oh, whatever, dude. Especially in 8th grade, I would just throw shit down to him. I'd be like, listen, Larry's 6'3", coach. I think I can just throw him the ball. I think he's just going to catch it. What if he doesn't? I don't know, man. I think the odds of these kids covering him who are 5'6", coach, it's not really going to happen. Yeah, dude, only badasses wear number 8. It's a fucking sweet number. Yeah, dude, imagine trying to cover a fucking 6'3" receiver. Like, nobody was covering my receiver, dude. I'd just throw it up to that guy. I think he caught like 13 touchdown passes my 8th grade year. I think I threw 17. Everyone was like, damn, Rob's really good. It's like, no, I just threw it up to my 6'3" wide receiver all the time. It was a cheat code. And then I handed it off to my running back who wound up going to Michigan. We fucking murdered people that year. I think we were undefeated 8th grade football, the champs. It was a good year. It was my favorite year of football. We were so dominant. I had 2 cheat code players, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. I'm going to be so... That shit got me all the way to JV as a freshman. And then I never got past that point. Because everybody else got real good around me, and I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, I really wanted to, but I broke my back in several spots, and that was the end of my football career because they're like, if you get hurt again, you might become a cripple. And I was like, I'm done. I probably wouldn't have gone anywhere big though, dude. I'm a terrible athlete. I ran like a 5'6" 40. I couldn't jump. Fucking, I literally like for a while I physically like didn't understand jumping. I just have a very good arm, and I can play. I understand, like, I make real good reads. I have good anticipation. Again, the strong arm is the big thing. I read the pockets well. I don't get sacked a lot. I was pretty good. I'd say I was pretty solid for being a dog shit athlete. Like, you know how like quarterbacks run with like running backs and defensive backs typically at practices? I ran with linemen. Number 1, so that way I didn't look super slow. I claimed like I'm gonna run with my lineman coach because that's who I prefer to run with, the big boys up front. And they loved me for it. They're like, hell yeah, Rob, you run with us. And I was like, hell yeah, gentlemen, let's go. I'm out here running with the big boys all practice when I got to. They're in conditioning. I'm doing lineman conditioning. I'm like, oh, this is so much better, guys. Thanks for letting me be part of this. They're like, yeah, why are you doing this? I'm like, I can't get shown up like this. You guys know that. I'm fucking slow. Plus, you know, I liked my offensive linemen. I'm still friends with all of them. All my friends are giant dudes. I just like as I've grown older, I'm like, all my friends are like 6'3" and giant men. One of my linemen got suspended from school for getting in a fist fight because somebody pushed me after a play and he beat the fuck out of him. Like he had jumped on him and started mauling him after he took his helmet off. I was like, dude, you gotta stop. You're gonna get in trouble. No, he never did. Justice Hayes. No, I never scored a rushing TD. Nope. I wasn't going to play like that. Dude, I tried to avoid injury because I knew what it was. I knew I was one fucking massive hit away from my career ending, and that's exactly what happened. I took a blindside shot, and that was GG on me, baby. My back went, ugh. That was the end of the old career. I have no bitterness about it because, again, you know, it's football. What are you supposed to do? No, I was good at sliding because of baseball. I have no animosity or anything. It happens. I went out on the field, baby. That's how you're supposed to go out. If I'd have just had to stop playing like other people did, I'd have been depressed. I'd have been like, damn, dude, I'm just not very good, huh? I can't play college. Damn. At least now I can be like, you never know. I fucking left it all out on the field, got my back broke. I can't play no more. And it's like, damn, that's sad. It's like, I went out on the field, baby. I wasn't going to make it very far. I went out doing what I loved, playing quarterback. That was the end of my sports career, basically. I was like, could have been worse. Could have fucking got hurt doing something lame. It was. But again, I never made it to varsity. I don't know. Number 8. Hell yeah, Amir, you guys wound up winning. So I don't even know if I have recorded stats because, again, I played prior to 2010 and it was all JV. I don't think they even recorded shit back then. What's up, Amir? Like, I don't even know, like, what was online, what they recorded, what's even kept. I don't even know if they kept official stats for JV football games at that point. I know they do, I don't even think they kept a record for freshman football if I'm going to be honest. I think they just kind of generally assumed they were like, yeah, we won that game. Just like, oh, that's good. But yeah, Justice is probably one of the greater players Grand Blanc had at that point. Mr. Hayes went to. He had a weird story where he like committed to, I think it was Notre Dame or Tennessee, and then he changed and went to Michigan, and he was injury prone. Real fast. I wore number 8 though. What college team would I wanted to? I have no idea. Probably Michigan State, but I'd never made it. Game was I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember if he got drafted and tried out for NFL teams. I just don't think it happened. Again, he's like 5'8", dude. You gotta like, I think it shows his height. He's a very little guy. Very, very fast, very strong, very good football player. But the problem is when you're 5'7" or 5'8" and like 190 pounds, unless you're literally like Darren Sproles fast, it's not. It's just, you know, on top of the fact I think because of the size, he was always getting hurt. Still the greatest player I've ever seen live is him. Crazy, dude. Unreal what I've seen. He had a high ankle sprain in his sophomore year. And this fucking dude was out there hurdling dudes and fucking shitting on people. He went for some insane amount of yards in his first year of varsity. What's up, Fernando? Did he get in trouble? You said, uh-oh. What happened? But what's up, Amir? Oh, yeah, yeah, he hurt his ankle. And that was the start of the injury problems for him. Oh, yeah, you're going to go play. What if you run into Kyler Murray? And he's like, hey, Space. And you're just like, yeah, he's like, you can't play football as good as me. I'm Kyler Murray. And you're just like, Do you guys think it's possible the Bears beat the Lions this weekend? Justin Fields is back. I don't know if that influences anybody's decision in this game. Kenny said, yeah. It's like, hey, it's like, okay, Kenny, yeah, screw you too, buddy. Kenny's like, yeah, Lions aren't that good. But did you know Bears players were talking shit? Well, I don't really know if Equiminius St. Brown counts. I think we did the math, and if Minnesota loses the next 2 games and the Lions win the next 2 games, and then it's like if the Lions win this game, win on Thanksgiving, and then win against the Bears again, and the Fernando, I'm not giving you any of that information because I'm not giving you my name. You have to understand, Fernando, that's about where I'm going to stop letting you have any information. Because now you're getting into a weird territory like doxy stuff. Yeah, so that's where we're going to end all that. That's why I don't like sharing my stories with people, because I don't really want to. Because weirdos like Fernando. Yeah. If my name was shared, I wouldn't care, but I kind of don't do that. You're watching college football on your Switch? Nice. I didn't even know the Switch was built like that. Oh, you're good, Fernando. I just, when it gets that close, I don't really. That's when I put kibosh on talking about my life. I'm like, yeah, nope, we're not going to play that one. Oh, yeah, you. Oh, fair enough. Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Watching Colorado versus Washington State. That just started. Nice. Oh yeah, Colorado. Haven't they? Haven't those guys lost like a whole bunch of games in a row? Let's see. I want to count something. Dolphins are 13.5-point favorites. Cowboys are 10.5. Washington is 9.5. Lions are 7.5. 49ers are 11.5. Bills are 7. These are huge lines this week. Lions, they already have the lines out for Thanksgiving as well. Lions open up at 7.5 for Thursday night, or for Thursday. Green Bay or Dallas at 9.5. Sheesh. There's a lot of big lines this week. So this is going to be a crazy week, probably. Could be a lot of upsets. Colorado fell off, yeah. Well, the problem for Colorado is just like roster, right? Like they're just not very good. Like they have like 4 or 5 really good players, but it's like then the rest of it's like, yeah, they were like a 2-win team last year. I'm surprised the Lions are only 7. Like that one's surprising. It's like, wait, why are people so high on the Lions? We had a crazy one last week. I think the Cowboys were like, what was it, 17-point favorites? Or something crazy like that in an NFL game, which is like, damn, dude, that's pretty dramatic for NFL. Yeah, last week was pretty crazy. Eagles should be 100-point favorites versus these bum ass Chiefs. I don't know. Stud Burrow's powers are over. His wrist exploded. I think we have to pick a new guy now because all of our meme quarterbacks are hurt. Yeah. You know, it's just sad, you know? People are trying to say that Burrow's like injury prone or something, and it's like, dude, stop it. Joe Burrow is not injury prone, all right? He may have been hurt almost every single year of his career in crazy ways. But like he works so hard and he puts the team on his back so incredibly just so much like a silent leader, like a silent assassin type. And he just works so hard. His body just needs a break, dude. Sometimes his body just needs a little time out. Space is like, I'm out of here. I'm not dealing with this shit. But you know what? One thing I can't stomach is injury-prone Deshaun Watson getting paid all that money and just always being hurt. Can't take a. I appreciate the like Space. Can't take a single hit. Just always crying about injuries and stuff, and always hurt, dude. Unsustainable play style. Just injury-prone, to be honest. Yeah. I love the Discord right now that's going on about between Browns fans and Bengals fans regarding Watson and Burrow. Because it, like you could say it the other way and be like, you know, Watson just works so hard. Burrow, just a lazy, injury-prone bum that got paid and got lazy. He should probably be playing. His wrist isn't even that hurt. Then you have Watson, who's out here trying to revive his image, doing everything he can with a broke shoulder. All them false accusations. Trying to say that, and he's a God-fearing man. You know, Deshaun Watson prays once a day. And they tried to say he did all that stuff. Freaking bullcrap, dude. Deshaun Watson hasn't even been near a girl in his whole life. Dude isn't married. Why would he be doing that? No, I don't like Bailey Zappi. No, Watson isn't married, dude. He isn't having sex with girls. The fuck? That's how I knew that story was fake, because they're like, I was like, wait, he's not married. What? He plays football and isn't married. How is he doing that with girls? Pretty weird. That was a weird story. I never believed it for 1 second. So could you even believe that at first either? Like it's like they were trying to say like he was doing that stuff and he's not married and like therefore he's not like clearly not doing stuff with chicks. It's like, huh? How does that even correlate? Like how does that work? Who's Dave? I don't know who Dave is. I'm sorry. I don't even remember what I'm joking about at this point. I'm going to be honest with you. I forgot my point I was making. I'm just being weirdly sarcastic right now at this point. You know what it is? I've been reading too much goddamn Twitter. I really enjoy the shit talking that's going on in the AFC North. Why the hell is Invented here talking shit? Was he too afraid to come into the stream? He talk a big game in Discord? Yeah, that's what I figured. Talk a big game in the Discord about the Steelers. I'm a Steelers defender. I think the Steelers play fun football. What of it? They play old school football. Everyone's like, let's go back to old football. Steelers play old football. This sucks. What kind of 1 IQ horse shit are we dealing with? Well, you said you guys all wanted old football back. Well, now the Steelers play old football, and everybody hates that shit. Fuck it. Liars. Anyone who's ever said we want old football back and then bitched about the way the Steelers play football games in prime time is a dirty liar about the old football coming back. It's like, well, that's old football. Low scores, defense, offenses don't look so great because, you know, there hasn't been the creation of like the West Coast, Mike Shanahan and Bill Walsh, and, you know, all of them haven't come through and changed the game yet. And, you know, we haven't had that yet, you know, back in the game people idolize and crave. Ugh. You could have a Jim McMahon and it could be completely fine and be like, yeah, this is like one of the best guys. But when a rookie is like one of the leading passers in the NFL, it's like, all right, yeah, we're in a bad spot with quarterbacks. I think that's the secret truth. I don't think there's any really good quarterbacks except like Mahomes in the NFL. Like there's good quarterbacks, right? Like that's what we have a bunch of is like pretty good quarterbacks. But it just feels like we don't have a lot of greats. It's like a lot of mediocre play. For sure, Fernando. Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate you. Ooh, fun stream. I don't know. People are missing out on tonight's stream. I don't know. Fuck them. No, you're fine. Appreciate it. You made it longer than most people. Most people stopped in, said what's up, and dipped. Yeah, congrats on your win, Fernando. Good shit. Do 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 do. Who's all here still? Is there even anybody still here? Hmm. Matt Stafford's back this week. So that's cool. What will get you guys chatting here on the channel? This is supposed to be kind of a back and forth, which is why we don't really go over games anymore, because no one ever really goes over the games with us. Well, anybody got anything else, or? Oh, you're just here to promote your stream? Hell yeah. It's like the first thing you said in like 10 minutes. That's sweet though. Actually, in like 30, 40 minutes probably. Appreciate you hanging out, though. Nobody here want to talk about football? I mean, there's a lot more football stuff we could talk about. I mean, the entire course of the AFC playoffs just changed in like a 5-day span, but no one really cares to talk about that at all. Well, I don't know. We'll give it a couple more minutes, see if anyone comes in. If not, I'm just going to probably wrap it up. The Chargers defense is actually pretty good. I think the Lions just kind of beat the shit out of them. Like, that's the thing that's confusing. I think the Chargers have a really good run defense, and the Lions just fucking ran all over those dudes. They have a good defensive front with Khalil and Bosa. And I don't think Khalil Mack likes the Packers very much. I don't know. Well, I guess you guys are all refusing to participate. Nobody has anything to add to anything. Guess I'll get some admissions out of everybody here. All right, nobody say anything if Mac Jones is better than your team's quarterback. Interesting. Nobody say anything if you think that the Patriots, despite their bad record, are the favorites to win the Super Bowl right now. Damn, I wouldn't even go that far. Some of you guys are very kind. Well, at least Kenny will speak up. At least Kenny knows ball. Yeah, this audience sucks. Nobody does anything. You guys are boring, kinda. Well, I wanted to stream longer than this, but nobody's saying anything. All right, though. I'm gonna get out of here, guys, because I'm annoyed and I'm fucking. The stream's dead. So appreciate everyone who came by. Pretty much fuck everybody else, like usual. Thank you guys for coming by. At least you guys come to the streams and hang out, and nobody really says anything. I have no idea who you people are, but cool. Appreciate it. Again, they don't. None of them people are actually supporting the channel. There isn't enough people for them to come hang out in the stream, so they can't leech off me. If there was 20 people in here, they'd be in here chatting and hanging out, because then they could try to grow their own channel. That's why nobody's in here. There's nothing to leech off of. Oh well. That's why I'm just gonna strip everyone's mods away except for like 3 people and be like, we just don't need them anymore. No one watches this shit. All right, I'll see you guys. Thank you guys again for a pretty fun stream. It was a good time at the beginning. Kind of died at the end there. Kind of got boring. One day we'll be able to get a regular preview stream in when people actually start showing up and participating back. You can always just find out my picks by watching my picks video. I'm just keeping the same picks like I have all year. Haven't made a switch yet. No reason to this week. I made all my picks proper. Well, anybody got anything, or else I'm dipping? Nope. All right. Well, appreciate you guys. You guys all have a good night. I'll see you next time. Go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, it's always go Patriots. We'll be live Sunday. Because again, I'm not gonna be able to make it live tomorrow. We'll be live Sunday. Hopefully, I'll see some people there. We'll see. All right. Peace out. Yeah. Peace out. Have a good night, everybody. Peace. Have a good. Thanks for coming.